Well, sometimes I have to explain, I'm a very, very, convinced when it comes to the existence of a creator, but not the one humans designed, not the ones humans created, okay? This is one of the favorite things I like to do to Christians when they come banging on my door, especially Jehovah's Witnesses. Because what I do is, what they totally don't expect is I go, oh, come on in, come on in. My wife knows what's coming. Then I bring them in here to my game room, and the way I have it set up is I can stand right here between this chair and that chair, and they can't get out. And then I start asking them questions that they don't want to hear, nor can they answer. I tell them about 3 people walking into a bar. I said, 3 people walk into the bar. When you know who it is, and I've done this video before, but I'm going to do it again. 3 people walk into a bar. I'm going to start describing these 3 people, and you're going to tell me when you know who it is. Okay? Here we go. He was born of a virgin. Boom, instantly, Jesus Christ. And I go, no. And now they're confused. And I said, there was a star in the east and he walked on water. He healed the sick. He restored sight. He was crucified and was dead for 3 days and then resurrected. Jesus Christ, all of them unanimously. And I said, no. Now they're really confused. I said, okay, this is a description of another person of the 3 that's walked into a bar and sat down. He was born of a virgin, born on December 25th, star in the east, had 12 disciples, performed miracles. He was dead for 3 days and resurrected. Now they're thinking. I said, because now they don't want to answer because they understand they're being trapped. And they've probably been taught, okay, how to avoid these situations. So I said, sounds like the same guy, right? And they all have to admit, yeah, sounds like the guy you just mentioned. Because the first guy was Horus. The second guy is Mithra. Then I tell him, okay, now we're going to talk about the third guy in the room. He was born of a virgin with a star in the east. He performed miracles. He was called the Son of God. He was the son of a carpenter. He was dead for 3 days and resurrected. And now they're all thinking, what the hell's going on? And I said, no, that's not Jesus either. The 3 people that walked in the bar were Horus, Mithra, and Krishna. I said, do you know that there were over 20 other so-called messiahs with exactly the same statistics? Now, the one girl starts praying. She doesn't want to hear it. She's got her hands up like this and she's praying her little heart out. But it's too late because what she heard was the truth. And that's what these religious cults don't want you to hear is the truth, okay? You're way better off, instead of going to church, you're way better off volunteering to help people you don't know. You're better off volunteering, okay, feeding people, clothing people, housing people, helping people in some way voluntarily that you don't know. That is what matters to the God of this universe. That's information that you create that balances out the negative information created by intelligent beings all over the universe. From one end to the other, there are races and species of intelligent, sentient beings that act just like us. I have no doubt about that, okay? Which is why these beings that are visiting us constantly are going, yep, this is the same thing that happened to those guys over there. They're not going to make it. That is why they're so curious in studying us. They look onto this, what we're doing as a horror show. It shocks them, okay? So when I say that Jesus was a fictional character, he's no more real than Horus, Mithra, Krishnan, or any of the other 20, messiahs that have the exact same stats, the exact same things said and written about them. But you're not going to have one of your pastors stand up and talk about Horus, Mithra, or Krishna. They're not going to do that. There goes their little fucking cash cow, that little basket they want to pass around and make everyone feel bad because you're not tithing to the Lord. Why? So you can put a $50,000 fucking organ in your church? Like happened where I live? That could have fed a lot of homeless people. Oh, well, they don't want homeless people. I've watched them kick them out of their parking lot. I've had women that were told by these very same pastors to be obedient to their husband when he was beating the shit out of them drunk every goddamn night. So no, religion for me that is created by man and basically offered to others by man, no. Sorry. And they don't like me here because I made them all look stupid in front of a group of people. I showed simply by asking questions that were not religious oriented, simply by asking questions, okay, that they couldn't answer. Everyone there understood they knew nothing about the universe and the reality that God, the real creator of this universe, okay, produced and made for us to create sentient life. They knew nothing. They didn't know the first thing about physics, not the first thing about physics. Oh, you don't think God's interested in physics? You don't think God's interested in how this all functions and works? You don't think he did all of this for a very, specific purpose? Then I don't understand how you could believe in God. By dying, basically, for over 6 minutes, my near-death experience was slightly different than most others, but still had everything in common with most others. And I was shown God, and they said, you have to go back or you can't have that. And it had nothing to do with what men create to control other men. When you see how these Catholics in the Vatican dress, when you see the clothing and the gold cups and the $1 million paintings, it should disgust you to your core. Disgust you to your core. The actions that they've taken in World War II and with the mafia, it should disgust you to your core. It has nothing to do with God. That has to do with men, okay? Period. And always remember about these 3 guys walking into a bar, okay? They should have got it in the first place, supposedly that Jesus wouldn't walk into a bar unless he went in there with the intent to help or save someone. They never think or talk about that. They're only confused because they all sound exactly like Jesus. What's made Jesus special made all these guys special too, and the ones that came before them. Okay? Not hard. So guess what? I guess the word is out because they haven't knocked on my door in a very, very long time.